Yes. How's Zuzu today?
Oh, shame. She's just going all the time.
She's growing all the time.
Mm.
I love that for her. I love that for her.
It's a little bit skewed, but
Yeah.
it's better because I'm all in now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting there. Okay, there we go.
Yes.
Okay. Because then I have to. Let's see. Because we both have to be.
My whole life.
Okay, cool.
But sound, have you checked your sound?
Yeah, my sound is fine.
Why are you asking me when Catherine?
What do you mean? Yes. Thank you so much for doing this, Lindy Lins. I appreciate it.
No props. Yeah, I'm in.
I'm just gonna put this here.
Sit right next to me so you can be in as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you 5 questions. Yeah, no problem.
So it'll make it easier.
You didn't even give me a heads up what we are going to discuss.
Relationship Hunger Games, babes. Part 2. I'm going into part 2 territory and I'm going to make it a series. So I interviewed.
Yes.
Welcome back, you guys, to my podcast Chats with Cath, with me, Cath. And as you can see, I have a guest, Lindi Lins. She has so kindly agreed to take part in this very sensitive topic for some of you, but I'm very excited about this. So Lindi Lins, could you give us an introduction as to who you are and how we know each other?
Oh, yes. Okay, so I'm Lindi Wekhatebe, and I know Cath at work. That has developed into a friendship, and here I am. She's my biggest chili,
I'm her biggest chili customer.
Yes.
Please, you guys, I'll leave Lindy's details below. You must go and buy some chilies from her.
Yeah.
My chili supply is finished. And she's given me a cap saying that I can only order in May.
Yes, because you order too much chili.
Actually, she said July.
Yeah, I said.
And it's May.
Yes, only end of June. So July.
You see now.
Yeah.
You see now. How's that gonna work? I need my chili. But anyway, Lindy, today we are continuing on a series that I have been doing where I'm discussing relationship Hunger Games and pretty much just explore like how your dating experience has been. So just to like recap, like my dating experience has been like a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
A complete clusterfuck. So I'm just interviewing people for different perspectives, different experiences to see like perhaps I'm the problem.
Yeah, the problem.
And she says that with her chest, guys. Like she's not even joking.
Maybe we are the problem.
Maybe we're the problem. Okay, cool. So starting with the first question. What is the difference between dating from your 20s to now in your 30s?
Okay. Firstly, in my 20s, I feel like I was confident in terms of dating. Like,
yes.
I want to have a guy and I want us to have fun. I want it to be this beautiful thing dating is known to be.
Yes.
And that's in my 20s. I had my youth and I feel like, the world was my oyster,
Yes.
The one thing I wasn't confident about is intimacy in my 20s.
Okay.
So if I look at my 20s and my 30s, I was more confident on maybe, I don't know, I guess it comes with youth, maybe with my looks, I don't know, maybe with, but not really, because I feel I'm now more confident in my 30s, but I just feel I was quite ready to go out there in the dating world in my 20s. But intimacy, I was still very much
like shy
about it.
Yeah.
So to my 30s, I am intimacy. It was something that I was now quite confident about. I now know what I like, what I don't like, when I like it, and things like that.
Yes.
And then on the dating front, I'm no longer, hey, let's go out there. I'm more like, do I really have to do it?
I feel
don't have to do it. So I'm barely in the dating scene anyway, because now I'm like, I've done it a lot. Like, like sometimes, let me say, in excess, because I was young, you know.
Listen, like,
you know, I had left my home, my parents' house. I was living on my own. I had freedom to, if I want to spend a weekend at someone's place, I could. If I want to spend the whole week, hey, I could.
Exactly.
Now I still have those things. I still have my independence. I still have all of those things. I can still choose to be wild,
but
it's just so much admin, Cath.
I know.
It's like I have to know this person. What I'm feeling is I have to know this person.
Yeah.
And naturally, I mean, I would assume as a woman, you start getting to care for that person.
Fair.
And what my thing now is about, when I start caring for that person, that means that person is a person. So they will also have things that happen in their life. So therefore, 100%. They might have family members who maybe pass away, for instance, you know, especially when we're coming from COVID and all that. They might have challenges in their lives. I don't know. Financially, maybe sometimes divorces, they might have be going through divorces or challenges with their kids or whatever. I don't feel I have the mental capacity to deal with those things, because those things will naturally feel like I wanna get in there and help that person, because you love that person, you care for that person, and therefore I can't be there for the moments that suit me. I have to be all in, because I would also feel, okay, this person is here when we're having fun. Now that
now things are happening.
When things are happening on my side, I will also want them to come through.
Fair.
Now, therefore, that means I will have to come through for that person as well. So
100%.
For me, right now,
dating, it's like on the back burner.
It's on the back burner for now.
This is actually good, because it goes into the next question. Like, what has been your experience with online dating? The good, the bad, the ugly.
Oh, online dating. I have my kid from online dating. I met the father of my kid on online dating.
Okay.
And the experience of meeting someone online, I've never actually had too much of a bad experience about it.
Okay, that's good.
So I feel like the relationship and how it transpired, it's how it would have transpired if I had met the person organically. So it just so happened that it was a person that I met online and things didn't go well, and that's what happened. But I know a lot of good relationships that are still in existence through online dating, and
that's good.
Yes, I do, quite a bit, more than you would.
That's good.
More than people actually know. The things that actually work out.
Develop friendships,
and it goes. We actually know a few friends actually.
Yeah,
I will give you the names, because maybe those people can give you insights as to.
No, absolutely. Definitely. We must actually discuss these things, because we're
unfortunately I don't have one of the the success stories of online dating, but I'm not saying
friendships.
I've got friendships that I've got friends who are married, who are in long lasting from online dating.
That is incredible.
So there is. I'm not going to say
hope.
There is hope, guys. If you want to try that avenue, go for it.
100%. Because I think there's just been a lot of negative stigma with online dating, because people are thinking, oh no, people are just there for Netflix and chill, mostly chill.
And I'm sure most of them are. I mean, definitely you need to be aware of those things, but
that's true.
It's not all of them. You actually do find genuine.
You find like a diamond in the rough, and maybe who knows? Your person is out there, guys. You never know.
You never know. Give it a try.
You never know.
You never know. I said, give it a try, but definitely.
She's taking a hiatus from dating, so that's okay.
Yeah.
So then my next question is, what do you think are the 3 important things for building a healthy relationship with someone?
3 important things. Okay. Firstly, what I believe is definitely someone who's a liberal thinker for me. So therefore, you are not boxing that this is how women should behave. This is how a man should behave. This is how, now that we are committed to each other, this is how it needs to be.
Collaborative.
Yes, it's about knowing your person, knowing the dynamics of their lives.
100.
And knowing them actually as a person, going back to that point, because when certain things happen, you already know your person.
100.
When, let's say, it's a bad example. Let's say I'm visiting Cath for the week for a Saturday drinks.
Yeah.
And it happens that I've had too much to drink.
Yeah, you know? Over. I'm not going to let you drink and drive.
Yeah, understand?
Yeah.
Me sleeping over shouldn't be an option. I shouldn't even panic to say, oh, what will my man say when I'm It's just about sending a text, hey, I'm safe, I'm at Cath, I'm just too drunk. See you when I see you, you know?
Yeah.
If you want to go on trips, you let them know.
Yeah, and I'm not asking you.
You're not asking permission, I'm just
letting you know
that it's an FYI kind of thing. It's, we are not boxing each other 100%. Into things. The very same way a lot of dynamics have changed amongst female roles, male roles. Those 100. Lines are blurred now. Completely. So now you actually need to look at the person and see, can you live
with this person?
Can you have a relationship with this person? Yeah. And then take it from there.
That sounds fair.
That's my.
That sounds fair. About it. No, but those are good points. Like, honestly speaking, like, we try and like the idea of a person so often, and then we don't get to know the person. And then when things go wrong, we're like, oh, it was the person. Meanwhile, it's like, but did you take the time to get to know this person and
did you ignore the flags?
Did you ignore the flags?
Because
when you said you wanted a liberal, they said they were liberal, they're not liberal. Why are you still here?
Exactly. We do tend to ignore the flags, especially when you are now in it and you're starting to develop emotions like, nah, you know what?
Yeah.
This person is not all perfect, so maybe it's just his imperfection, but sometimes you don't know, is this a flag or is this just imperfection? You sometimes don't know. You sometimes don't know, I must say. The dating game is quite it's a whole other thing.
It's very complicated.
It's a complicated one.
It's very, very, very complicated. Like, in your opinion, like, what would you think is like a guide for, what would you tell yourself, your 20-year-old self, in terms of like making sure you don't compromise on specific things, so that you're not caught in a situation where you're with someone who doesn't align with the same alignments you are aligning with?
Cath, I don't know what I would tell my 20-year-olds. The only thing I tell my 20-year-old is unrelated to relationships. I would just say to my 20-year-old, get back to school, because I would have been finished by now. So, relationship-wise, I appreciate all my all the things I've learned in my relationships, the good, the bad. Because I feel like I'm quite now. I'm quite. I now kind of know.
You're settled in yourself.
I'm settled in myself. Thanks, Cath. I'm settled in myself. Because these things have gone wrong on this relationship, I know, okay, here's the lesson. And I actually even appreciate that between my relationships, I would take a break and reflect to say, obviously when a relationship goes bad, I always used to say, oh, he did this or whatever, he did this. But I would now take a step back after a while to say, no, but I also could have done things a little bit differently here. Maybe which could have contributed to a relationship that would have maybe went on longer. You understand? Fair. So I do understand where I was mentally back then, and I do understand what went wrong even from my end. So I wouldn't change anything because I feel I'm a better person now because of those experiences. Yeah. I would have still been naive. I mean, I see a lot of people who are my age who are still doing relationships I did in my 20s because they are probably still with their very first partner, and therefore they still have a little bit of, so I appreciate what happened in my 20s. So
that was good. You actually
I'll
answered
leave
my
it
last
like
question.
that. I'll leave it like
I
that.
love it. Like you actually answered the last question, which is like, what is like the biggest thing you've learned, which you've already answered.
Yeah.
But like,
Yes.
so I love that, and I like the growth and the wisdom you have garnered from these experiences, and like also coming through with in the place of grace, because you're just like, you know what, I actually appreciate what has happened. I've learned from it. I know what I want.
Exactly.
I know where I'm going.
Yes.
I'm on hiatus right now though, but but when the time comes when I'm ready to go out back to the streets, like, okay, cool. This is what I'm looking for.
This is what's gonna yeah. So no, I really do appreciate it. And I mean, what would I do differently next time? I don't know. At the moment, I'm not even focused on that.
Yeah.
But I'm just happy that whoever that should I even want to go into dating ever again.
Yeah.
It will be for reasons completely different from my 20s.
Yes.
It will be reasons that I haven't even gone into a relationship for before, because now I've done it all. I mean,
wisdom, everything.
You've done the playboys, you've done the
mama's boys, you've done the Christians,
you've done the workaholics, you've done. You've tried a lot of things, and now it's like
okay, you can refine it now and be like, okay, cool. This is where I can compromise, and this is where I can I'm not
if it even gets to that, because at the moment it's like I'm not interested. I'm dizzy. You can miss me with all of that. So
yes. No, but thank you, Lindi. I really appreciate you coming to chat to me, and
I actually love this conversation. So
listen, this is a series.
Nice
This is a series. This is why I'm like, chats with Cath, you guys. Like, let's talk about these things. Lifestyle, adulting. Let's adult together.
That is, you know what? I think people can write books. Yes. They can have advices or whatever, but it really just goes with you and what feels right for 100. You. And then if it feels right, go for it.
100%.
We all do deserve happiness.
We do.
And we just need to know that happiness needs to come from ourselves if we are to share it with other people. So
100%.
At the moment, I can say my journey is the self-happiness I'm in right now. Should anything happen, at least I will just be sharing it. It's not this person is my better half or completes me. No, that person will just be a nice addition then to my life. But
she's actually saying what Mika said, which is exactly that. Like, listen, don't lose yourself. You're still you. Yeah. And like, be the same person you are, because people mustn't be confused as to like, yesterday you showed them one person and then today it's like, who is this? Who is this? Hello, Tumi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. Jeez. Welcome to Chats with Cath with me, Cath.
Hi. What's happening?
Yes. Thank you for joining this podcast. We are going to be discussing relationship Hunger Games, and I'll just be delving into your own personal experience as to your experiences in dating.
How much time do you have?
Let's see how far this goes.
All right.
Okay, cool. So first question. In your experience, what is the difference between dating now in your 30s versus what it was like for you in your 20s?
The key difference is the maturity. I think when you date when you're older, at least the hope, and in my personal experience, is that your outlook on life has changed. I think there's a more mature outlook. There is, in most instances, at least in my case, marriage was the key objective in dating. Versus 20s, you're dating because I think you need to date when you're younger.
Yeah, clear
And
for the streets
yeah,
still. Yeah.
date,
Yeah.
get to meet different girls, find out, you know, what you like, what you don't like.
Yeah.
And I think that the 20s are more forgiving, right?
Okay,
Not
giving
just
what?
no, they're more forgiving.
Okay, okay,
They're forgiving relationship wise,
okay.
financially, career wise. You've got room to make mistakes.
Yeah,
But the older you get, then I think the margin for error becomes smaller. So
yeah.
that translates into dating. So yeah.
Okay, good, good, good. Cool. So, going into that, what has your experience been like in terms of online dating? Do you prefer doing dating organically or do you prefer online dating?
Definitely, I'm a traditional dude. Online dating, nah, because my philosophy is that the person that you date should more or less come from your circle,
Okay.
immediate extended circle, because that should give you an idea of the type of people. Because in my circle are people that are very much similar to me in terms of values, in terms of objectives, in terms of outlook on life. So I feel like meeting somebody within your circles
Yeah.
is probably the most natural and the healthiest way to find a would-be suitor. Can you find somebody outside of your circle? Absolutely, it happens
Yeah.
all the time. But I find that again, that margin for error becomes
It's
reduced.
like
It becomes reduced
it becomes smaller
when
and smaller and
yeah,
smaller.
yeah, yeah, because at least you know that okay, we're more or less on the same page, belief,
Yeah.
value systems, etc., when we come from the same circles.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever had any bad experiences with online dating?
No,
Okay, that's good.
because I've never dated.
Dabbled into it, like
I've
taking
never
it.
dated. I mean, I've checked out platforms, absolutely, but I've never pursued a relationship as a result of meeting somebody online.
Okay, okay, okay. And then in terms of like what you were saying in terms of like the margin of error and like room to grow and stuff like that, what three key lessons have you learned in your journey through dating would you impart for like the others
I've,
who are learning?
my biggest learnings are I think it's important to date what is in front of you.
Okay,
What a lot of us do, we we date optimistically,
okay.
right? What do I mean by that?
Yeah, what do you mean?
We date hoping that a person will become X, Y, and Z, and not
Oh,
believing verbatim what we're seeing in front of us,
when
right?
someone tells you who they are, believe
Believe
them.
100%, 100%. So instead of trying to meet a person, you're attracted to them, and then hoping that, okay, I can date them and, you know, hopefully shift their perspective on X, Y, and Z. They believe from this. Find somebody that's on the same page as you in
Yes,
terms of beliefs, value
agreed.
systems, life goals,
Yeah,
you know, family values, etc. So
the alignments must be aligned.
align from the get-go instead of trying to force fit an alignment.
Yeah, it's
That's
like compensating and like
yeah. So
compromising and then doing things that you wouldn't necessarily do.
100%. So that's probably one of my biggest lessons. The other would be, man, don't lose your authenticity in the process.
Don't lose
Trying to
yourself.
accommodate, right? Um, there's a difference between compromise
Yeah,
and losing yourself.
yeah,
Compromise is this is me,
yeah,
but for the sake of our relationship, because we got the first step right, which I mentioned as we are aligned. So therefore, I'm just trying to understand your context,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But in the process, it's not. Ish, I'm gonna have to change who I am and what I like and enjoy and do da 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 to accommodate you.
No,
That's no longer compromise. Yeah.
yeah, that's true. And the third thing,
The third thing is, man, don't stop taking yourself so seriously. Like, enjoy the dating period.
that is true. That is
Because
fair. People quickly forget and they're like already like, oh my gosh, like we're serious now. It's like,
Yeah, enjoy the dating
why aren't we
because
having fun anymore?
exactly, there's going to be a dating period, there'll be an engagement phase, there'll be marriage, and enjoy each one because it lasts for so long. Well, marriage should last forever though.
That's fair. And then, final question. What are your insights in terms of infidelity and like how that ruins everything?
My strong belief is when we do things right from the onset, we minimize infidelity. Your checks and balances should happen before you say I do.
Fair.
A lot of us say I do, and then we want to put, we want to put checks and balances in place. I think you should have, you should set a bar for yourself during dating.
Yeah.
That translates into marriage.
Yeah.
So meaning whatever you tolerate,
you must tolerate it still.
When you're dating,
yeah.
will translate and in fact be amplified when you're married.
Oh Lord.
So if infidelity is an issue, is a no-go when you're married, then it should translate when you're dating already.
Okay.
Certain boundaries with the opposite sex. What constitutes cheating, or you know what I'm saying, emotional entanglements or whatever. I think
Lord,
you should set those boundaries while you're dating.
Yeah.
So that protects you for when you eventually say I do. That's my belief.
Okay. Final thoughts. Any like specific lessons you want like the youngings to like learn besides like enjoy dating? Yes, you must enjoy yourself, but
yeah, never forget that you're dealing with another human being.
Oh gosh, that's an important one.
What you like, people are not just like disposable.
Yeah.
You're dealing with a heart. And how you handle one relationship, whether or not it works, can change the course of somebody's life.
Yo, that is very profound. Yo.
Treat the person you're dating how you hope somebody treats your future wife.
Fair.
Or husband.
Yeah.
That's me.
Whatever you're into, of course.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That's fair.
So
yeah,
I think
that is very profound.
We're always dealing with hearts. Dating is not
yeah.
People are not a commodity.
Like, it shouldn't be a game.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be a game.
Exactly.
Like, if you're doing this seriously and you're hoping for, like, fruitful dividends at the end, then treat it as such.
And I think be honest from the get-go. State your intentions.
Yes.
Do you want to date indefinitely?
Yeah.
Or are you dating with purpose? Or are you dating for a short stint?
Yeah.
Be honest with the person. Don't string people along.
Yes. Your Lord.
You know, under the guise that I am dating with the intention of getting married or whatever.
Yeah. The last thing you want is to be one of those chicks on One Night with My Ex. Let's not do that. We don't want to see you on Mzansi.
There we go.
Exactly.
So yeah, man.
So Tumi, thank you so much for your time. Thank you. This episode will air sometime in July or August.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming. Yeah.
Bye.
But you guys, thank you, Lindi, for doing this podcast. I love it. And with that being said, you guys, go with God and see you soon in the next episode.
With that being said, you guys, go with God and see you soon in the next episode. Ciao!